Hello, I'm Dr. Evan.
And I'm Dr. Taylor.
Thank you so much for scheduling your consultation and examination with us here at Advantage Neuropathy. This video is really aimed to show you what does your first visit look like once you get to us. So, big key, before you even come in for your first visit, we're first going to have you do some intake forms. Now, these intake forms can be done two different ways. Number one, you can get an email from us and fill those forms online. If you're not able to do those online, then you can also come into the office and actually fill them out within the office. There's a big key. If you do fill the intake forms in the office, we ask that you show up 30 minutes prior to your appointment so that we can start promptly at your appointment time. Once you do walk in, you're going to be greeted by one of our lovely team members. They will get you checked in. Then we're going to ultimately get your intake or your insurance as well as your photo ID. What we always do is a complimentary verification to really let you know exactly how much insurance covers, how much it doesn't cover, and if there are any sort of out-of-pockets to make sure that we know everything before we start any treatment before you or with you.
Yep. Once all that paperwork's done, you'll be brought back to one of our exam rooms where you'll sit down with one of our case managers where we'll go over your history and figure out all the details of your neuropathy. Once they get all the details, either myself or Dr. Evan here will come in and do an examination. Three big things that may be covered at that examination. We'll do a sensory test. We're going to see how much sensory loss. We can see even down to the 10th. Second, we'll check blood flow. We have a thermal camera. Blood flow brings nutrients to those nerves, so we want to see if there's a blood flow component. And last but not least, we may not always do this, but we may take some x-rays on the spine and see if there's a spinal component of it and if that could be affecting the neuropathy.
Once we get that exam completed, then what we'll do is we'll set you up for a review of findings.
Yep.
Big key with the review of findings, we go over everything that we found. So we'll go over the objective piece from all of those tests that we did with you. Then secondly, we're going to go over an individualized treatment plan. How do we correct what's going on? Last but certainly not least, then we're going to talk about the finances. How much does insurance cover? What's out of pocket? What all that looks like before you start treatment. Big key here. It's extremely important to bring either a spouse or a loved one to those two appointments. We're going to be going over a ton of information, so it's really, really, really important to bring another set of ears as we go through. We're looking forward to seeing you soon, and as always, live the advantage.